point here.
Got it. Artie the Prophet with the super chat says, if he becomes Love's top target, no way he goes, talking about Doubs. I think that's a fair statement. What do you guys think? I mean, if he goes out, Jacob, and he leads in targets, he leads in catches, he leads in yards, I think there's a decent chance that they do re-sign Romeo Doubs.
Yeah, honestly, even if he does, I don't know if I just think the most likely scenario is that he's going to get offered. He's going to get an offer you can't refuse. If he does do that well, that I think that another team's going to try to shark him. For whatever reason, I don't see Green Bay rolling out a deep pocketbook for him when we have such depth at the wide receiver room, especially with Matthew Golden, Savion. Obviously, depending on what happens with Christian, I still, if you had to make me choose right now, I still would honestly extend Christian over Romeo. And that's not a dig on Romeo. It's just if it did happen, I would think it would happen maybe like mid-season and just try to get a team-friendly deal. But I would probably push back on that a little.
Okay. What about you guys? You agree, disagree? If Romeo comes out, leads in targets, catches, receiving yards, do you think they give him a deal?
Pay that man his money.
I
think that connection's big, man. I really do. I wouldn't be opposed to paying Rome if he comes out and does all that.
He's got the best hands on the team. I mean, unless Matthew Golden does. And listen, boys, is that what it's trending towards? That dude right there, his hands. It sounds like
stick them on him.
Yes, it's hard to not try to get too excited, because you guys, you know how I am. I'm probably a boring fan, but I try not to get too high, too low. But the stuff that you're seeing Matthew Golden do in camp is like, man, I haven't seen this yet. Closest thing to it was Romeo Doubs, right? What he's doing in camp is kind of right there on par with Golden. But you look at Golden, it's like this is his first NFL training camp. It's wild, man. Dan Mullen with the super chat. Thank you, Dan. He says, if you're drafting fantasy, which wide receiver are you drafting first on this squad? That's a great question there, man. Great question. So of all the Packer wide receivers that are on this roster, you have to pick from them. Who would be your top wide receiver? I don't care who goes first. I'm eager to hear this.
Bird. If you're following where the rankings are, it used to be Bird, but Golden has now surpassed him just because of the hype that's going on and the fact that they've spent that number one draft pick. But they're honestly, for a while there, they were literally like, I can't remember exactly where they were ranked. It was like 149 and 150th or something like that. They were going in like the 7th and 8th round kind of thing. Like I said, there is now a bit of a gap between them just because Golden has looked so good. And a lot of times the preseason, the OTAs, the mini camp stuff doesn't sway the draft community as much as it, but the fact that it has so much, that is a testament to how well Matthew Golden is doing, so that people are like, oh, that we got to put some respect on this dude's name. Like it seems like, we've talked about it in multiple segments. It just seems to be clicking for him and way faster than I expected at this point.
Yeah. So I think it does come down to these three though, right, Amelia? You're talking about Golden, Doubs, and who's the other one? Reed. Our leading receiver last 2 years.
I almost want to pick Rome. I think I just got a feeling for him this year. So I think, Dan, I would choose Rome for this, though I am excited for Reed and Golden, absolutely. But I think just the reliability of Rome being out there and being Jordan's go-to, his relief, his check valve, all that, I think that's where I will put my money.
So, Jacob, I'm assuming they got Doubs third. In terms of those rankings, if you're just talking Packers receivers, it would be, you're saying it's Golden, Doubs, and then it would be, Golden, Reed, then Doubs. Is that how it lines up? And is that average draft position, or is that just projected points for the year?
That's ADP, which basically goes off of what their projected points are. But the thing is last year, every single Packers wide receiver was basically in this bunch, kind of in that same area. Nobody was willing to really go out and say who's going to be the guy. And basically, obviously, Bird was the guy, and Tucker was surprisingly the second one there, right? As far as production, Tucker had a lot of touchdowns and outscored a lot of the guys on the Packers. So most people are not touching Packers wide receivers until they absolutely have to. But I'm telling you guys, you could get a steal with Doubs, because Doubs has fallen quite a bit. You could also get a steal with even a guy like Savion Williams. I'll guarantee you that there's maybe 2% of most drafts that you're going to be in, are you going to even know who Savion Williams is, let alone draft him? If he, for whatever reason, comes out and has like 5 to 10 touchdowns because he uses them on gadget plays in the end zone, all that kind of stuff. That's the definition of a league winner right there. Somebody that differentiates you from other teams. So it's impressive, man.
Good stuff. And listen, I'm not a huge fantasy football fan, guys, but I love these type of conversations because it really makes people think, all right, who's going to be the most productive, right? And I love hearing what everybody in the chat thinks too. I was seeing it seemed like it was mostly Doubs Golden, Doubs Golden, Doubs Golden, right? You don't hear Reed much, but I would have to go with Reed if it were me personally. So thank